Fair up and say the pledge allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? So I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 meeting as written.
I'll move.
I'll second. Okay, Thompson moved, Abdross seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That passes 4-0. We have one miscellaneous motion for a new deputy. I would entertain a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Storm Carty, sheriff, deputy, new hire, part-time, wage classification 40-1, wage $23.02, effective February 16, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Abdross moved, Barker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0. And we're a little bit early, but Lindsay got the Housing Authority.
Yeah. Oh. I got two for you today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ooh. Hendricks. Okay. So the first one there is a garage owned by Todd and Michelle Hendricks over in Ramers Point. They are doing that demo themselves. They are going to put back another shop, like a 30 by 30 metal garage there. They're wanting to get that landfill fee saved for them. I think that would be in Wade's district, I think. Right.
Yep.
Is this still in the air?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. They are taking it down themselves, piece by piece. So they're kind of going it at their own pace. But
Okay.
yeah,
And they're wanting to put a what?
a 30 by 30 metal garage there.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to waive landfill fees for a structure owned by Todd and Michelle Hendricks, located at Reamers Point.
I'll move.
I'll second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
And then that second one there is a garage fire. David and Virginia Mefford, their garage caught on fire a couple weeks ago. Total loss of all of their contents inside of it, 2 vehicles, everything. So they're going to rebuild their garage as well. They would just like those landfill fees waived for them as well.
Is that, I guess the only question I have is, insurance cover?
I do
part of
have
that?
their insurance policy. I do know that they are getting some, but I think it's mainly for the demo. I do know that everything in their garage was a complete loss. So they had to rebuy 2 new vehicles and then everything inside. Oh, well, yeah, they're the older one, right?
There's 3 of them
Yeah.
in it.
So, Brad Payer's doing that demo, so.
Does their insurance company cover any?
I have their policy. It doesn't really look like it covers much for it does, but I don't know what Brad's bid was, if that will cover all of it. And that's the only thing I don't have. But I do have their policy, and it does have So it looks like it has some, fire departments, and demo of it, like structure, but I don't know that it covers everything.
Could we check into that?
I sure can. More than happy to.
Well, I guess we're doing it for everybody else though, whether they have the insurance or not.
Yeah.
This is true.
My thought is if they pay for the insurance, maybe they should have the money to help. I don't know, I mean,
Yeah,
you can look at it both ways, you
Yeah.
know?
Dave is gonna put in the building.
Yeah, it says he's gonna rebuild his garage, yeah.
I'd make a motion to waive landfill fees for the structure. Would we need to help them any, like if they need a bill to submit it to their insurance to get reimbursed for that, for their own pocket?
I don't know, but I do get coordination with the landfill, and they send me how much it is, and I can send that.
got the document
Yeah.
on that,
They'd
that'd be
have
great.
that
Yeah.
claim, that'd be great.
And I can
yeah.
send it to them, and I was in contact with their insurance, and I can just send it over to them, because it's here in town.
You're on top of it.
I try to be, as much as I can be.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a motion from Avondroth to waive landfill fees for a structure owned by David in Virginia and Medford located at 715 South Sixth Street, Burlington, Kansas. Was that your motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll second it. And Barker seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 4-0.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Lost Wade.
And our pay person.
Well, we'll, move on to, I guess our next appointment is Randall Brown, Fire District, burning in the county. Looks like there might be more burning going on since the burn ban's lifted now, right?
Maybe for a while today. Talking with Wade, thought it'd be a good time to come in, talk about our burn resolution. I wanted to give you some other figures, just some other figures real quick. Coffee County Fire District. At this time, we have 115 volunteers right now. Our normal 125 to 130. So we are down. It is getting harder to get volunteers to come in and help us out. So this is just information. We have 52 pieces of apparatus countywide, including water rescue. The last 10 years, for the last 10-year average, we've had 679 calls per year, and that's a combination of everything. Our call load does go up during March and April every year, and we average an extra 30 to 40 calls a month for March and April, just for the grass fires. We have some years that we're way over that and some that we're below. So it just depends on the year. That was just some tidbits I thought I'd let you guys know. A few things we have been doing, upgrading our SCBA air compressors that were around 20 plus years old. We have one compressor in Burlington and one in Lebo. We are also updating our SCBA air packs that we use for structural firefighting, and that's part of the reason of the upgrade on the compressors is our new air packs. We're going from what they call 2240 air pressure up to 4,500 pound air pressure. A little longer bottles. They're considered a 45-minute bottle, but that completely depends on the person wearing them. to the burn resolution, going over it with Wade and just questions over you. We have some questions as to whether this resolution actually covers the cities. We know it covers all the rural area, and it states it but it doesn't state in here anything about the cities. Also on top of that, the last time this was visited was 2016. There's some things in it that I think we, should probably update. What do you got anything you wanna add to that?
So the burn ban was brought to my attention. I don't know if you have egregious violators, but from time to time you have violators, and I think last week is an example, although sort of a high wind and sometimes things just take off, that it's especially important that people be aware that when there is a burn ban, there's a good reason for a burn ban, and the consequences can be catastrophic and tragic. And that's the reason why you have burn bans that get put in place. When you have a burn ban that's put in place and somebody disregards it, then there has to be some consequence. Now, any consequence or action that would be taken would end up in the Coffee County District Court. I can tell you can have a penalty that includes potential jail time, but I don't see, my opinion would be that the judge would put somebody in jail for violating a burn ban. In other instances, and I've looked at different burn ban resolutions across the state, and they have a financial penalty that actually will get somebody's attention more than anything else. And for your first time, it's X amount, the second time, and it increases from there. So that may be something to look into. And then you have the difference between out in an ag area where it's a field, and then near a residence, and sort of what qualifies as a violation of the burn ban, those type of things. What's interesting, and Randall brought it up to me probably about a year ago, that this issue between county and city is all of your fire stations are located where? Within a city. So if it's not enforceable in a city, that just doesn't logically make sense to me. But I just want to make sure if it's going to be enforced and it ends up in the courtroom, that there's not a loophole for somebody to potentially try to take advantage of. So with your permission, can sit down with Randall and come up with something we feel works for the fire side of things, and then you guys will have to vet it and adopt it.
So is there something in the resolution that clarifies whether, or the city issue?
No, that's what we're,
Okay.
I think it was brought to Randall's attention by somebody, and it's turned into a conversation.
Yeah.
So it'd just be something added to this end to clarify that, or, I mean...
Well, either language, I mean, the county can't tell the city to do anything, so it may mean getting hold of each of your cities and seeing if they would, in that sense, adopt it. Because it's a protection for your city residents as well. And where not all your structure fires, but a number of them have within city limits, right?
Yep. You know, in the past, we still ask, for instance, burning leaves, burning brush piles in the city by the burn resolution. They don't necessarily have to call those in. we do ask that they call anything they burn, whether they're burning trash, leaves, brush, that they do call it in. And a lot of times the people in the city will also ask, well, I'm in the city, do I really need a burn permit? And my answer to them is, you don't, but they're free. We need everybody to call in, whether you're burning leaves at home, whether you're burning brush, simply because people are more, cell phones these days, I'm driving by, I see smoke, I call 911, you know. So, we'd like for everybody just to be calling in and making dispatch aware that they are doing something, so that's part of the reason of going through the, resolution.
So how does that work when let's say dispatch gets a call? Do they have a list of the burns that are supposed to be going on that day?
They should have a list, if it was called in, they will have
Yeah.
a list, and they can go back and look and, oh yeah, we got something going on there.
That's what I wondered, so that they should have a list to
Uh-huh.
tell them, okay, that's been reported. We can check with the person that reported it, make
Yeah.
sure everything's under control, or...
Yeah, that's part of the reason why, for instance, when you call in a burn, you know, they ask you to call back when you're done. So that they can say, well, it should be done by now. They called back and said, the burn's done. Now, when you call back and tell them burn done, a lot of times, hey, we're done burning the brush pile, there's a few logs that are still smoldering, we'll have a little bit of smoke, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Now, if it doesn't get relayed from shift to shift, you know, it causes a little bit of trouble. Kind of like, you know, last week we had some big ground bales on a trailer catch on fire, and basically the best way to deal with them was to push them off in the ditch, you know. And the best thing for it was for them to burn up and not us try to put them out and then they'll be laying there for, you know. So they did get a few calls on that late that night and then the next morning, but
Sure.
most of them know what's going on and what happened the day before. We did find out that the state won't help you if their equipment has to get in fire or something like that. They're not going to help you out. What we were wanting was, since we was on Highway 75, we were wanting them to help push the hay off the trailer. No, they wouldn't do it. So we do have a good county that Ryan and Adam work with us very well about coming and giving us a hand with getting whatever we need. They're very well good at that. So.
Randall, just maybe this is kind of a public awareness and education, because you don't come in very often to do this, so what type of calls does the fire department respond to countywide, and then how many stations and that type of thing?
Our biggest call load for the last several years would be your first responder calls. Trying to, especially everything outside of Burlington, all the towns out, getting there, checking on the people, trying to help before the med units can get there. That's our biggest thing. I'm going to say 75% of our calls per month are first responder calls. Depending on what time of the year, and you know, basically February, March, April, May will be the same on the med calls, and then grass fires. We have a lot, and we don't have that many that are not called in. We do have a few every year. Normally, I warn them if this is their first time we went to deal with these gentlemen. We normally give them a warning. Say, you know, you're supposed to call this in. Do you have a burn permit? Blah, blah, blah. And they go in a file. And luckily, it hasn't got bad enough to where I've had to come and say, we wanna charge this person. The key to that is, I have to be able to prove that they did light it. That's where we run into the problems. If we've had several of those, but, it is what it is on that. Structure fires, very few, but seems like when we get them, it's like anything else, you get a run of 3. That's probably our main follow.
Collisions,
Few.
I have a question, Randall. What steps do you take to implement a burn ban?
For burn ban, I go off of wind speed, humidity is the main thing.
Okay.
National Weather Service, I can go in there, National Weather Service, Topeka Fire Weather. It gives me what the wind, the humidity is gonna do today, tomorrow, and so forth. Normally, wind speeds, we don't want over 15 mile an hour. This time of year, especially March, April, we'll let the wind speeds 15 to 20. We don't want to get over 20. Not that it doesn't help the guys
Right.
burn, but you get over 20 mile an hour, it's hard. It's hard to control them. Every once in a while, we'll have some guys call when we have a burn ban. Hey, you know, the wind's out of the northeast today. You got a burn ban on, but I got these 3 pastures up here right along I-35. And they'll say, I have tillable ground to this side and this side, pasture on the other side, it's already been burnt. They'll want to burn. I don't like to allow that, but you get in those instances, I will, every once in a while, we will grant.
I get questioned on that quite a bit up in the Lebo area.
Right.
And then I run the elevator in Hartford,
Mhm.
and we have people that burn in Lyon County up against, and then they can't burn, because we're in a burn ban.
Yeah.
And they asked me if there's any way we could coordinate maybe with Lyon County where they could do that. I want things safe. I don't want anybody's structure burnt down, but I also know that we have such a short period of time with fescue and things like that where we can burn and manage our pastures. Can they call and talk with you to see if they can do that, or are you just gonna stick with the burn bans?
No.
I don't know how to answer them, that's what I'm saying.
I don't like to go outside of the box as far as if we have a burn ban in Coffee County, but sometimes I feel like it's for the best if we do work with a person and to try to let them get done what they need to get done. It is, so everybody has different theories on their criteria.
Sure.
Woodson County, they tend to let them go a lot more than what we do. Anderson County is the same way, sometimes, some days. I can't answer that. I guess that would be something I need to call around. I have talked to Woodson County and Greenwood County guys before because of the situation you're talking about. Lyon County, I have not contacted them and ever had anything that way. I think I'll get on the phone and see if I can find their
get back with me, or
find their
that would be great. So I can share with
recommendations.
those individuals on that.
Yeah.
We don't need another runaway like we had last year.
As far as big ones, we've had, the last 2 years, we've had probably one big one. We had the one that was last year was, Woodson County, Coffee County, same day that, care home
Right.
burnt down. We were up there helping Woodson County, and that one was right around 3.5 miles long. Not real big acreage, but it went pretty good. We've had, up on, Danny Hawkins' area, a couple of years ago, we had a good one that went up through there. It was 1.5 to 2 miles. We're pretty fortunate. We got some pretty good roads around that help from letting it jump. We're real fortunate to be a year ago or maybe 2 years ago now, Lebo area. Somebody decided they'd light a few fires, and in the evening, well, we have 40, 50 mile an hour wind that sustained that day and night. So, thought we had the person that did it, but didn't end up panning out, so.
So for public information out there, what's the procedure to get a burn permit?
To get a burn permit, you can go to any fire station, any library, city hall in any town, and you can get a burn permit. All it is you go in and give them your name, address, phone number, that you, we like you to use your cell phone number, and sign up. And when you do that, you get the number. We also put you in the system to get the automated burn ban or burn ban lifted. Some people do opt out of that also, but we like you to get that so that. Sure. And then after that, call dispatch when you're ready to burn. Give them your permit number, the address you're burning.
Okay.
So,
Sounds pretty simple.
Did it?
it is.
It's easy, as long as everybody's, like you were saying, county line all the way around it. Sure. So, like last week, we had a burn ban on in Woodson County. We had some pretty good sized fires there. It was Wednesday, and I was getting a lot of calls from Coffee County. How come we're not burning? They can burn. You know,
They're really burning.
they were.
So this burn resolution, I mean, you're still updating it, right? So we don't need to do anything right now?
We just kind of wanted to come and let you guys know what was going on, and you know.
760,
763B, or 760B.
760B.
Yep.
Okay.
Any reason we shouldn't support that, being in the cities, being the same, if they're willing to do it?
If they're willing to do it, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, just working with the cities and making sure that gets clarified so everybody knows, 'cause I know there for time in New Strong, there's a little bit of, gray area, I guess.
Well, I think
Yeah.
a year or so, maybe 2 years ago now, they were kind of coming up with their own burn regulations, I think. And my thought was, myself and Wade go through it and change what we feel we can change and what we can do to give it a little better language. And, you know, if it comes down to that each city would need to approve it or adopt it, I'd be more than happy to go to each city and ask them and
Sounds good.
go from there.
It'd make it really simple if you could get it all uniform between the communities and just say it's a county.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Randall? Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Have a good Randall. Okay, go back up to our ag lease agreement. Wade.
Apologize for being a couple minutes late was having my blood drawn. I sent a proposed agreement to Mr. Skillman, who's here present. He's had a chance to review it. He actually signed it moments ago, so it just needs to go through and get your approval if you agree with the agreement. It's basically the same thing as what you signed and approved last year. It just has updated timelines for this year. It's added Mr. Skillman's reference to his, he has the insurance. And it just needs a motion to authorize the chairman to sign, and then Mr. Skillman, once it's approved, if that's what you choose to do, we can get him a copy to take with him.
So quick question, the acreage around that house, that's included in here
It's
also?
and there's a map at the very back end.
Oh, there is.
I think the majority of what's there is on the east side.
I know we're moving to, trying to move forward on that, so, how is that going to affect this agreement?
I think the agreement calls for anything that if we sell something or if it's taken out, that amount of acres is just deducted, correct?
Yep, that should be on either the top of page 2 or page 3.
That's the way it was last year.
Yeah.
Well,
Basically.
I vaguely remember something about that.
Yeah.
And it gets subtracted on a prorated basis.
Okay. Does anybody else wanna look over the agreement?
I'm fine with it, how it was.
Okay.
And Mr. Skillman, you were good with it, you didn't have any issues with it?
Yep, everything was good on that.
Okay.
If I need to add anything to it.
Have you looked at the motion there, Wade?
I just threw that together. Your location,
That's for, could mention the 242,
Yeah.
4 more or less acres. They got the address at 1234 Old Highway 50.
Yeah, that'd be good if that was in there for later reference. I mean,
Narrows down where it's at.
yeah, so.
and it's Lebo, right?
Yes. You got that
I
242.
put it right after ag, but I'm not sure that's where I want it.
No,
To sign the ag agreement.
I would say lease agreement, and yeah, then you might put acres after that.
And then I'd say it dated today and covering the 2026 calendar year.
That,
Is there anything that needs to be in there, payment due at the end of it or whenever?
Probably not in this because it's in the agreement.
It's in agreement.
Yep.
You said it covers the 2026 calendar year?
Yep. No later than December 31st, depending on what happens, but either it ends at harvest or for whatever unforeseen circumstances, December 31st, 2026.
Okay, does that look good?
And if somebody wants to they can file an open records request and get their agreement to this just
Okay.
a placeholder.
I will move to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the ag lease agreement of 242 acres, more or less, located at 1234 Old Highway 50, Lebo, Kansas, between Coffee County and Aaron Skillman, dated Monday, February 23rd, 2026, covering the 2026 calendar year, ending no later than December 31st, 2026.
I'll second that.
McCreary seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 5-0.
Appreciate you coming in this morning, Mr. Skillman.
Thank you.
Okay,
Kenzie.
move on to our next appointment. David Lindo, revolving loan fund application. All right.
Sorry, I've been,
This one. Thanks for bringing that up.
hey guys, so, after, sorry, Dave's busy.
I turned it off.
That's okay. So after we, met a few weeks ago, we had the executive session with Dave for the revolving loan fund request. After that discussion, I met again with Dave, to discuss kind of the terms of the loan application. He was able to kind of go through and kind of think how he wanted to approach the request. And so, Dave can tell you, but I think he wants to request another, executive session to discuss the loan application. And Wade might have to help with the language again on that. It was the same as 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we need to get Angie back in here too.
Yeah.
The main criteria last time the request was under the financial affairs or trade secrets of the organization or individual. In this case, if I recall, it was an individual proprietor. It's not trade secret, obviously. That's something quite a bit different. It would be to discuss his personal financial affairs, including his personal financial records and obligations and whatnot that is, and then how that would translate into potentially requesting an economic development loan with the county is the basic summary. And to do that would reveal your personal information. I know we covered this last week or the week before. It's a similar request as my understanding.
Is that under B4?
I don't know what it looks like.
I believe that.
Financial affairs. Individual proprietors.
And there's the analysis the board needs to go through in revealing that information. You're making that request because of your financial, what you're doing financially, and some of the things even outside of this have revealed it potentially could create a competitive harm to you based on some of the things you're wanting to do or are moving in the background with your finances.
Yes, correct.
Should be enough.
15 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
You see that motion, Wade? Is it-
Yeah, I just think it needs to add personal financial affairs of an individual proprietor. That's what we put in the last one.
Of an individual proprietor. Okay, everything else looks okay?
I don't remember if we put in this one, referencing a request for an economic development loan. Did we put that in the last one? I don't remember. I mean, that's what it's,
Yeah.
that's what it's for, so I think. I think outside of that, not sure how much more transparent and clear it could be.
Okay, I would entertain a motion, you did say 15 minutes, right? I'd entertain a motion to enter into executive session for 15 minutes to include each of the commissioners, County Councilor Wade Bowie II, Economic Development Director Jenny Tapman, and David Lindo to discuss personal financial affairs of an individual proprietor that would reveal personal private financial information for a request for an economic development loan under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319 B4.
I'll make that motion.
Second it. Okay, McCurry moved, Avondroth second. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 5-0. And we will resume here at 9:49.
9:40 minutes?
No, wait.
Only a few minutes.
No, 59. 9:59.
There we go.
Wouldn't hurt anything.
Did we lose? Okay.
Well.
Okay, we're back. No action taken following that executive session. And we're going to take a 5-minute recess. Be back at 10:05.
Being enforceable.
When they, that's why they should call in, because dispatch will tell them if there's a ban on or not. But unless they call in, they're not gonna know.
Which is a notice.
Right, right.
We're back in session. Did we lose Mike? Oh.
There you go.
They're still eating cookies.
Okay, we're all back. 10 o'clock, we have Emergency Management Director Amber Presley.
I need to request a 15-minute executive session with the commissioner and the county attorney for non-elected personnel.
Okay.
That's what it goes.
You did say 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And probably job performance.
There you
Okay.
go.
Is that motion? I think that's all stated, that motion. That's B1, right? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to enter into executive session for 15 minutes to include each of the commissioners, County Councilor Wade Bowie II, and Emergency Management Director Amber Presley to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel regarding job performance under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319 B1.
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, Thompson moved, McCurdy seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. And we will return. $10:25, did I do the math right? Well, let's make it 24, we will return at 10:24. Yeah. All right, we're back in session. I would entertain a motion to enter executive session for, we agree on 10 minutes?
Same people, same reasons, right?
10 minutes to include each of the commissioners, County Councilor Wade Bowie second, and Emergency Management Director Amber Presley to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel regarding job performance under Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 7543-19B1.
Sold.
Barker made the motion, Thompson seconded. Okay, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 5-0. We will return at 10:37.
Yes, yeah, so.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we're back in session. No action taken following those two executive sessions. Yeah,
Yep, really quick.
okay.
Tower update. Leroy Tower and the shelter are built. They are up. They are waiting. They're working on getting the electric to that tower. The Lebo Tower has been built. On March 11th, Hayden Tower is supposed to be delivering the shelters to Lebo and to Gridley, and they're going to be topping the Gridley Tower. So hopefully by March 11th, we will have all three towers standing, all shelters built, and then they can start working on the electric and getting everything plumbed in and fiber and everything working. So,
Do you have an estimate of total completion, estimate date?
it got moved back just a smidge. We've been running right on schedule, and so I'm thinking April timeframe. Because once they get those buildings up and going,
Well, that's great.
yeah, so we should
That's
be,
gonna
we should be
welcome
online, and our last payment will be due then. So as soon as they hand over the keys and say these are yours, we'll have our last payment due.
That's the downside
Yeah, the downside.
So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Any other questions for Amber? Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good week.
Yep.
You too.
Okay, next on the agenda, Road and Bridge Supervisor Ryan Durst.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No call outs this weekend. So, got a few motions today, a couple discussion items. First thing is, cost share program. So this would be basically a KDOT cost share program, that's open right now. And this would be with the 75 turn lanes, we utilize there, put in for a project there. And so, we'd like, we've discussed about maybe another project similar to those up around the airport. One for the entrance going into the existing airport, then up there at 20th Road, and then also tying in the intersection down to the new frontage road. So, I've got BG coming down tomorrow. They kind of run that first project, and they're pretty familiar with how this works. This one was a little odd because we was dealing actually on state property, but we were kind of the front runners and lead on that project. And so there's definitely some different hoops to run through on that. So I'm just having some initial discussion with BG tomorrow, and you know, if you guys are okay, we'll look at, them coming up with something, and we can come back and, before we put in for that project, and kinda show you what they're come up with, and some estimate cost and some stuff like that, so there won't be any cost for the meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
First motion I have is, RFP, so this is B, request for proposals for, you know, we've discussed some of the bridge replacement stuff, well, the bridge down there at Leroy. We know that there's probably some options on either rehabilitating and rebuilding that bridge, or possibly a new bridge, so this is just going out for some proposals, to do some work and look into that, and come up with what some estimated cost would be, what it would look like if they were to rebuild that, as far as, you know, they'll be able to widen it out, and just some information like that. So this is just getting something we can send out.
Would this be two proposals that we'd be looking at, one to rehabilitate the bridge and one to rebuild it, right?
Well, yeah, so both of those will be part of this proposal here, but it'll have both items listed in it. Either the construction of a new one, or the rehabilitation of one, and it's just help to give us some information on how we want to proceed and go forward, because it's, you know, if we're talking rehabilitating the bridge, you know, half the cost or something like that, it may make more sense for us to do that than to spend $3 million on getting a new bridge put in there, so, but yeah, this is just a motion just for us to go out and, for these services.
All right. I would move to approve the Road and Bridge Superintendent to request, for proposals for preliminary engineering study for County Bridge 165, which is R.7 and 3.6. No, those are the coordinates, but.
I'll second it.
Okay, Peterson moved.
Which bridge
Thompson
is that?
seconded.
Ryan?
That's the one that goes over the Neosho River.
Did you second
On
it or Mark?
58,
No, this will be going
Oh,
south, out of town.
on
I'm sorry.
California?
Yeah,
Okay.
south end of town there.
Okay, I got you.
One by the cemetery.
No, this is south of the co-op, about a half mile.
Any other discussion on that motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 5-0.
All right, thank you. Next motion would be for some engineering services from Blackstone Environmental for 2026. So this is, let's see, we use those for landfill needs. So this is just on-call contract with them. I've had Wade review this proposal, and so.
It's like a retainer?
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically setting up, so they come down last week, reviewing a few things out there that we have going on, some permit modifications and some stuff like that we need them to work on. And so this is, you know, kind of an needed deal for their services. I think last year we spent about $10,000 on various things out there with them, so.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the Road and Bridge Superintendent for the 2026 engineering services for the landfill to Blackstone Environmental, funds to be paid from the Solid Waste Fund.
I'll move.
Second.
Thompson moved, McCurry seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next motion is to go out for bids on our 2026 summer mowing. So basically that's 4 locations across the county, a couple little cemeteries. The JSB Park up there at 50 and 75, and then the monument out at 16th and Fauna by Jacobs Creek.
Okay. I'll move based upon the recommendation of the Road and Bridge Superintendent to approve the request to solicit sealed bids for seasonal mowing at Old 50 Park, Rock Creek Cemetery, Hope Cemetery, and Strawn Monument at 16th and Fauna. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
McCurry seconded. Any discussion?
Do you have a time that you wanna have these sealed bids back in so you can open them?
I mean, that's in what we send out, so we'll take them until March 18th. And that'll be when they get that, they'll know when sealed bids are due.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That passes 5-0.
Thank you. The next motion is for free dump week or spring cleanup, designating April 13th through 18th.
And entertain a motion based upon the recommendation of the road and bridge superintendent to designate April 13th through 18th, 2026 as spring cleanup week, and request the county clerk to publish notice of the same.
So moved.
Second that.
Okay, Appendroth moved, Thompson second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
They opposed? Passes 5-0.
Alright, thank you. I did have one resignation last week. Hunter Riley, one of our newer hired employees off the asphalt crew, he took a different job, so he'll be put his 2 weeks in. And so with that, we've got a motion to move forward with Aaron looking to fill his position.
Okay, I would entertain a motion based upon the recommendation of the road and bridge superintendent to advertise and hire one equipment operator. This request will fill a current vacant position within the department due to voluntary resignation.
So moved.
Appendroth moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Alright, thank you. That's all I had for today. You guys have anything?
That's quite a bit.
It's enough.
Yeah. Sounds like you got the crowd.
Yeah, I don't, something. So, up and down temperatures and weather and.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. So, alright, I appreciate it, everybody, have a good week.
Okay, you have a great week.
Thank you, Ryan.
Okay, we lost our county counselor. We have an executive session scheduled with him, and we also have a pay app with him. Or did he put you in charge of the pay app, Tom?
Sir, I could. I didn't bring any paperwork, but I expected he did. I only had it in his hand. This might be a good time for a call to give you an update on the process of phase 2.
Okay, that'd be great.
I apologize for not having my pictures together. I didn't get any pictures for this update, but big part, we got our walls pretty well up. They're working on some small infills and old doorways and windows. But the walls, you can see what's what now, and working on our in-wall rough end. Got a majority of our plumbing and our mechanical, or our ductwork is pretty well roughed in overhead, and plumbing in the walls. The electricians are working on their rough end is the main item going on right now. Looking to start sheetrock about mid-March is the plan, or schedule currently. But we did get our big milestone of the walls was the biggest change we've had recently. Other than that, it kind of looked like there wasn't much going on with just the rough end.
So is everything pretty much on schedule then?
Yes, yep, looking good. Door frames are supposed to be here this week, so we'll get them put in. I need to schedule with the court on getting the doorway cut into where it'll go into the jury room. We're gonna have to be scheduling that, but other than that, we've been doing pretty good. Demo went smooth and the walls flew up. Just getting all the holes from previous construction it looks like Swiss cheese above some of them walls where they're existing. A lot of holes.
I sent you an email on that yesterday.
Okay.
For the
I didn't know if you had to sign it, that's what I was looking.
Oh, no. Nope.
Okay, any questions for Cole?
You all go up, sorry.
No, everything is on schedule though as far as your.
Yes, yep.
Great.
The only thing, and I know we had some original conversation, and looked at other options since then, which we haven't finished the conversation, but the only thing that was looking delayed, our long lead item was our courtroom furniture. And that was, from the beginning, was always that way. And we had since had conversation, just looking at other avenues to go about that.
So the conversation that we've had for the pews and the small courtroom, I don't remember what, there's 6?
Yes, 6.
15-footers and 10-footers?
Yes, there's 2 of them around 15 foot, one that is a 7 to 8 foot, 7, 6, 8 foot, something like that, and then 3 of them that are 9.5 foot, 10 foot, something like that.
So in an effort to potentially save some money, because the company that was put in the bid and they were gonna build them from scratch, they were gonna be, I call it MDF, some sort of,
They were a plywood-backed oak veneer. They weren't a solid oak. They carried the same warranty as they do for their solid oak, is all, either a solid oak or this product was 25-year warranty. That was just how they were spec'd in there, was the oak veneer.
So we had a conversation behind the scenes, including with the judges, regarding those pews, and I pulled the manufacturer's warranty. My concern, and just over time, having been in many courtrooms, someone comes in and they have keys and they want to carve their name, somebody else's name, doesn't that warranty cover that? And it doesn't. You wouldn't expect it to. So, unfortunately, wear and tear on those particular items are going to occur, and in thinking about it out loud, an idea came up. What about, if you look on multiple sites, you can have church pews where a church, and it's all over the place in Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Oklahoma, in this catchment area, they're, for whatever reason, getting rid of old church pews for pennies on the dollar, and they're solid oak, and, an idea came up, what about doing that? Then you could have extras, you could put them in storage, and then you'd have them, if something happened, you could just pull one out, put it back in. They'd have to be refinished. So I've talked to, you want to do business local, I've talked to Ron Strotter about what it would cost to refinish, to make everything uniform. He's the one who did the big courtroom, and some places are giving them away for basically free. You come pick up. From a cost effectiveness standpoint, and this is what you're looking at, solid pews that people can sit on, and they'll last longer than probably any of us will be around. If you look at the Osage County courtroom, Judge Wine recently had that conversation. The pews in that courtroom are near 100 years old, and they just keep on swapping them in and swapping them out, and they're just fine. So I think there's significant cost savings in going that route. I don't want to give you the final dollar figure because I don't know it, but I think it's substantial at the end of the day. So that's what we're looking at. I've made some inquiries about some in a place in where did I say, Iowa, up near the Iowa Wisconsin border, somewhere up there, and they had sold them. So I'm still on the hunt. There's a number of options out there.
It'd be the only thing I'd see is hopefully trying to find some that were the right length for our application.
They can be
cut down.
Yeah, they can be cut down, and that's not an issue. I talked
Yeah, I
with
just
Ron
don't know
about
what
that.
that would cost,
If you look at the cost of let's say the building over there,
Uh-huh.
that's where a huge cost is the furniture. And we have a quote from this company, saying they did the new building, and it's unbelievably high. I mean, just it costs a lot of money for them to come in and put them all together and this and that. we looked at this, and we can get some cues, hopefully locally. I'll hook up to the covered trailer, and we'll drive and go get them for pennies. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's, and again, talked to Ron, and Ron said, I can sand them down, refinish them, put, you know, coats of varnish, urethane on them, I can cut them down. And, you know, he does a good job, and he looks at the job he did on the court, on the big court.
Yeah.
But I think it's a no-brainer, if you ask
Sure.
me, to try to save us some money.
That was gonna be my next question. New ones, I suppose, are terribly high. What kind of figure are we looking at?
I haven't looked at new ones, it was,
I mean, I'm all for this, don't get me wrong, I'm
Yeah.
just curious what's the,
I just don't
I
wanna
looked
throw
at
that final number out until I have final
okay,
figures for you.
okay. All right.
The other thing is, I had last Monday when the courthouse was closed, I had Ron come up, we met, and we talked about this, and then the court, Judge Wine is using some of the existing furniture that was in the small courtroom and repurposing it to the small courtroom, the new courtroom, to help save some costs there. There was a conversation when Ron was there, if you've not been downstairs for the courtroom on wheels, where they're holding court right now while they don't have a small courtroom, Ron had built all of that small courtroom and then all of the accessories that go with that. And he's actually looking into it, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Cole about this yet, seeing if that could be repurposed and potentially use that in the courtroom, the big, or the new small courtroom as well. So the idea is to save cost and not spend all the money that's there, and that's what the goal is.
Well, you go for the better product too, sounds like in the end.
Well, and you're doing business local as well,
Right.
which is, I think, important to everybody.
Yes, sir.
So, while Cole's here, if we could jump to 1055, the pay app 26, I handed out copies of pay app 26 to everybody. In essence, the total payment due, $175,242.56. That includes $31,395.27 in retainage. This is for the period ending January 31st of 2026. And then it includes, if you flip through, Cole does a good job of kind of highlighting the areas in your table. It's all tied to phase 2 and who's requested what, that running total, and then throughout pay app number 2 for iBurger Construction in the amount of $35,377.87. They're the demo company. And that pretty much clears them out, doesn't it? Are they done?
They have to come in and cut in that doorway to the
Okay.
courtroom, but pretty well, yes. They did come back and do a little floor cleanup, which they have a bill for February, something like that, $2,000-3,000, for some minor, they cut doorways into, I believe, where Sally's office was in that window. They took those out as well, so that's their February, but
Okay. IBC Carpentry, pay app 1, their current payment is $2,220.30. That's for their bond and general conditions. Next pay app, Holly Jail, pay app 22 for $926.44.
that was for some submittals. Their submittal, they have a detention door that goes into the new facility, and their security, or, the jail door and their hardware, and then they'll have security on the next door now.
The next one is McElroy's, their pay app number 1 for, I guess, I'd assume for phase 2, right?
Yes. Yes, and some of them renumbered, some of them, as Holly Jail continued their numbering. Like McElroy started back at number 1, they're all they were all issued or carried through the same contract, but it is just they've numbered their pay apps differently, some of them.
Since it's a different phase.
Yes.
Yeah. So for McElroy's current payment due $58,821.30. You see all the items there that covers, main ticket items, sheet metal material, plumbing fixtures, piping material, sheet metal labor, piping labor. Next one, Shelley Electric, their pay app 20. That's probably the lowest one that I remember seeing from Shelley.
And this one did include, we had, well, as it says, Alpha back charge, we had they had some extra holes at Alpha. Shelley paid Alpha, we basically withheld or deducted from their contract, so that is that amount. That was nothing that you all are paying for, it was withheld from Shelley's contract. That 50, what was it, 56 or 59? Yeah, 59.
59.79.
Yes, that was withheld from theirs. That's, again, nothing you all are paying for. Just some extra work that they had to have it also do on the old or the new building rather.
So that total with that amount subtracted was $4,534.20. And I think outside of that, unless somebody has questions, that covers pay up 26.
Any questions for anybody?
What is the difference between what's in the ones that you're quoting the prices off with compared to the spreadsheet work completed?
Do you have an example?
Yeah, McElroy's 65,357. And what he was just reading was a different number. I'm sure there's something to explain it.
Is that,
You see the number?
is that what retaining gel?
I think it is. I was just gonna double check before I told you.
Okay.
I think so.
This amount and this amount.
I just wanted to double check before I told you wrong. I'm not saying I haven't had a typo before.
And then that comes up to that number.
All the retainage should be 10%, just for quick figures.
Okay.
But, yeah, I just wanted to check myself before I told you wrong. So I have made a mistake before, believe it or not. But waiting, Sheriff, been good to catch me on it, if I have.
You might want to change Mr. Peterson's name.
Okay.
That contact there, he's the chairman now.
Absolutely.
Under retention now.
Will Wade doesn't miss an opportunity.
Credit where credit is due.
Okay.
And Cole, the allowances that are on page 7 of 8 of the spreadsheet, demolition allowance, roof patch allowance, interior wall patch paint allowance, general clean allowance, those have not been tapped into.
Correct.
And that's $30,000 that was incorporated in case it's needed, and the hope is it's not. And then on the next page, on 8 of 8 at the very top, is the contingency, which you became very familiar with in phase 1 of 50,000. And that's not been tapped into.
Correct.
So there's a total of 80,000 that's sort of sitting idle for unforeseen circumstances.
Correct.
I'm with it, don't have that yet.
Any other questions or discussion? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the application and certificate for payment, application number 20, this is 26?
Yes.
Application number 26 for a period ending December 31st.
That's
January 31st.
That's the last one that's
Oh,
there.
oh, I'm
That's why
sorry.
it said 25 instead of
Hold on a minute.
26.
There you go.
I didn't put that one in there, so.
For the period ending January 31st, 2026.
Okay, wrong amount too.
Yeah, you need to change the amount of it.
What is that?
Okay. Timeout. We'll regroup.
But again, I apologize for not having photos. You all are more than welcome to come look at it if you like, you can
Okay.
reach out to me or Wade or Sheriff, and I can get in contact with you, but if you all wanna come see it sometime, you're more than welcome. It is, you can see what the rooms are now, at least.
That's what I got.
I'll go check it out soon.
It's just interesting to see what they are now versus what they used to be.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the application and certificate for payment, application number 26, for period ending January 31st, 2026, submitted by River City Construction LLC in the amount of $175,242.56 for work completed, reference to Coffee County Law Enforcement Center project associated with Phase 2.
So moved. I'll second.
Okay, Abendroth made the motion, seconded by McCurry. And the funds will come from the jail construction project fund 111, I think.
Yep.
Just for clarification. Any other discussion on that motion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0.
Did you get your sewer line started?
The cast that they repaired, yes, I believe they repaired it on a Friday, I believe, when we were out for all sites.
Okay.
That was verbal. I have not looked at it myself, but I believe Barb said they did it on a Friday.
No new issues exposed.
We don't speak of stuff like that. Renovations are their own beast.
New secret passageways.
Do you need this check out today, or can it go out at the end of the month?
It should be in,
Today's?
yep. I gave the cover sheet to Jessica last
Oh,
week.
okay. I wasn't really that. Alright.
Okay, perfect. So we'll sign it here in a little bit.
Thank you all. I'll see you
Thank
next
you.
month sometime.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
All right, takes us to, well, we skipped a couple executive sessions, but I believe one of them we're not gonna have.
The 10:45 executive session for attorney-client, that one's probably gonna be bumped a week.
Yeah.
So I'm asking it be removed. And then if you can move through your roundtable, I have to go handle a case in the courtroom at 11.
Okay. Okay, this is a challenge. Let's see if we can get done before you get back. But yeah, you have one executive session for
One
sure.
executive session.
Okay. All right, we will move on to, we have some special issue checks.
Everything I'm going to skip is in that way.
Easy.
While Ryan was here, should have asked him how the survey was all done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for catching that.
no, that's all right. This is all in the same pack, it just.
Recreation, I got the infrastructure.
sit on the front there anywhere that amount. Here, I'm supposed to give this back to you.
Is that the one you caught that I did not sign?
No, well, I think it is. I think it is, and I didn't. It is, Mark. Oh, boy.
Oh, well, we're looking out for each other.
We are. Hey, you handed it to me and I just passed it off.
That is only come for $26.90 on it. Even if you had those two together. New balance to $26.97, so I don't know.
But that's not what they're asking for.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I saw that.
Angie, we've got a invoice here to do with economic development. And we've got a stub that would appear that you'd return that with the payment, but that amount is quite a bit larger than what we're okaying there. It's 2,600 and something down there.
Check and see. All right. She didn't get the other, there's another voucher, I think. This is 13th month. Some that's coming out of previous year. And so then there should be another voucher of, is there another voucher in there of this commerce thing? Out of,
Okay.
current year.
Nice summary here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got a detail on the back, on the next page where it went to.
Nice.
Here's the other one. So apparently these were incurred in last year,
Okay,
and so that's why they're coming out of 13th month. That much is,
okay.
this voucher is, and then the remaining
It's on that
is
other
this,
one.
yeah. And so-
Okay, okay, 'cause just Mark and I, or Mike and I were trying to figure out why that
Yeah,
didn't match what
Yeah.
was in the back.
that's why.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Completed,
Carter.
completed in February of 25. 1 year, So is that something we need to put?
Once it's
Yeah. Yeah, the roundtable discussion,
Yes.
is this about
$2.
Yeah, do you wanna do that?
Yeah, I might
From
wait
modern
just a second,
Yeah.
wait till it gets, go through everything there.
What's the government modern?
Roundtable, we're looking for it.
70, 80 cents?
Yeah.
Everybody needs a copy, I can bring out another copy.
Does anybody need a copy of the board appointments?
I think I've got mine.
I've got my current one, I'm sure.
Do you think I put that in there? Because you have filled some before the deadline before. So it's they need to be received. Or filled.
I had something about
I feel like
submit applications.
31.
This is something like that. And then say positions will be filled by April 30th or before.
They get a new copy.
Yep. I'll just give you one. You need one?
What is the last one?
12/31.
I've got it.
Okay.
I just didn't know what
You need
the
one,
start
Mike?
one was.
Yeah, probably.
I got another one.
Sure, I have one, it's just a matter of finding it.
No. Yeah, I think,
Here you go.
thank you.
All right, you guys ready to begin roundtable discussion? And first thing, I think we have 3 appointed boards with members that will be, their terms will expire soon. On the planning and zoning board, there's 3 positions that will expire April 30th. And airport board has 2 positions that will expire May 18th.
Oh.
And library board has 1 position that will expire April 30th. So I guess traditionally we would advertise for people interested in filling those or to be on that board. Have no idea. Well, know the routine. People would submit an application, and then we're having them come before the board here to answer a few questions and introduce themselves. Anyway, April 30th is when some of these terms expire, so we probably need to start advertising as soon as possible.
I basically just need a thumbs up on that, and I'll get it in the paper.
Okay.
Even those that aren't until May, is that right? Just go ahead and advertise for all of them.
Yeah.
There's not that much of a difference
Yeah,
there on
there's
those. Everybody good with advertising? Go ahead and advertise them?
Yeah.
Then, we were just discussing, there's one line in there where we had deadline for applications to be received by April 30th. We're gonna reword that a little bit to basically encourage them to submit their applications early or soon, and then the positions will most likely be filled by April 30th.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna put that back in there for you to see it. Here, I just fixed it so you can see if you like it or not.
Yeah.
something like that. Sounds good to me. Okay, so we will start doing that. Okay, round table. Todd, do you have anything? Okay, Wade. Mike. Spill it.
been talking with Ryan a little bit, Road and Bridge, and him and I have had several meetings, and I would like to have him send an email to Kilo to request him to finish that last part of the job out there at the airport for the drainage ditch that we approved. So, he's basically wanting to, have Kilo finish the project out with the change order that we approved last for the ditches and stuff. I don't remember what change order it was, but.
Themselves, is what you're saying.
Correct. Have Kilo themselves finish their job since they're the one that's been awarded that job. So, he asked me about it a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I'd bring it up today finally, see what your guys' thoughts were on it.
So basically, sending them a letter asking them to finish it.
To complete the job that they were awarded for that change order, yes.
Themselves.
And not use this subcontract.
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. I know Ryan's expressed some concerns, and he was gonna get with them and give them a tentative start date since spring's coming up, so we can get this phase one completed in its entirety at least.
Didn't know, has Wade been contacted?
I don't know if Ryan talked to him or not, so. No, we can table it for a week and then we can review it and make sure it's all.
Yeah, I would run it by him. I didn't know how that works as far as, I mean,
that
contractor.
Put together, right.
Be good to clarify.
Agreed. So anyway, you dwell on that for a week if you guys want. Like I said, I'm in favor of it. It's, other than that, I don't think I have anything else today, so.
You have anything, Steve?
No, I don't have anything. Are you gonna check with, speaking of, are you gonna check with Ryan on, see how they're getting along with that?
Plating on that property?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And then that, and
wish I
then,
would've asked them while they were
Yeah.
in here, but.
just to see how they're getting along.
Yeah. We'll be difficult here.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Or that I don't believe I have anything. Is there anything I was supposed to check on that I forgot about? Angie, do you have anything?
You didn't have any other questions for me or anything?
Not that I remember, unless.
Okay. Let's see, check some vouchers Wednesday.
That's at 9.
Right, and I think everything else is going along fine. I don't have anything else.
I know Wade was wanting to have that executive session, but, we good with taking a 5-minute recess, come back and see. Sure. See if he shows up. They're mad. We're
Done day.
Yeah.
Supposed to have been Monday.
I did call Ryan while we were on break there, and, he said the process has started on the survey. They're planning to get up there and do more work this week, and next week he will give us an update of where we're at on that. But,
Should be dried out a little bit by this.
yeah, I told him, I said, we're just, got a lease coming due fairly soon on that. We're just trying to move forward.
Good, good.
So,
Well,
so that is in the works.
We're getting a message to him right now, and they will notify me here in just a couple minutes. I wasn't able to go in because it was a juvenile case, so, but we should know here soon.
Did you have anything, Mike, you wanted to share about the zoning board meeting?
So we went to the zoning board meeting last Wednesday, night at the library. They kinda got started on that comprehensive development plan. The old boy from Marvin Industries kinda went through there. I think he went through, 2 or 3 sections of it? And then he prolonged it and started to go through what was coming up down the road. And anyway, as the meeting progressed, some of the members on the planning board kinda got a little disgruntled with the guy that was doing the presentation from Marvin. Anyway, they hashed it out and got through it, but Thursday, I guess the guy from Marvin called Heidi and talked to him, wanted to know what happened, the guy that owns Marvin, and I don't know his name, I apologize for that.
He was the big guy that presented here.
Right. So anyway, we put him off till, Friday. I went down Friday morning at 10 o'clock and met with Heidi, and we called him and talked to him a little bit. We come to the conclusion down there, we suggested that the guy from Marvin have another individual come in and help with the presentation to kind of keep the peace. Because it did get kind of grumbly at that meeting. And
So, do you not think there was fault on both sides, or
I believe
wasn't
there
there,
was
I wish
fault.
I would have been, but.
I believe both sides were a little bit irritated, so, and so the guy that owns Marvin said that he would, keep the same guy on it, that he was gonna try to have somebody else come in as far as the PR on it, the presentation, and kind of work it out, hash it out. So I told him, you guys gotta get through this, we need to work together and get this done. We're too far into it, we don't need to be having this heavy little, not now. Yeah.
Well, and that's, I mean, I just think it's everybody's best interest for it to keep moving, try to get it done.
He was really concerned that he was gonna get fired Friday morning when we called him. No, that's not why we're calling you. We're just calling you, trying to work this out so everybody can get through this and get it over with.
We're too far into that.
Personality conflicts more than anything.
Correct, so.
That's it,
And apparently this was not the first time that this guy has had this conversation about the one that was doing the presentation from their company. So he understood, he was very happy to continue with it, and so hopefully we've made some modifications, and we can get through this and everybody keep happy.
As you would, yeah.
Wait, it'll be.
Yeah, I mean, we're paying for the services.
One of the things with the team was, they were wanting to double stack some meetings per month. Well, majority of your people on their ag and were getting ready to plant, and that wasn't working.
Yeah.
The contract said the substantial amount of product being put out, we put that in to keep pushing Marvin's, so we get it, we basically have that now, so.
And I think they had a September timeline.
Yes, they were trying to have it done by then, but if it's on our side, there's no stipulations on that we gotta re-edit or whatever, so. And that kinda relaxed some feelings there.
Yeah, and I told them if it didn't work by September, come back to us, let's talk about it, so see what we can do with it, so. There were several of them on there that was asked how they felt about having 2 meetings a month just to get through some of the stuff that they have, and there were several of them that were very reluctant to have 2 meetings a month on the planning board, so.
I can understand that because once egg side starts.
Right.
I gotta go. And then on top of that, Steve, they're not paid anything to come in to do that.
No, I know. I know, and that's the way with all these boards are free gratis.
Yeah, that makes it difficult, but I don't know, can they look at extending the length of the meetings a little bit then or something to try to, I mean, they've got this, correct me if I'm wrong, they've got this regular zoning stuff that they're redoing now. Is that right?
We finished it.
And they have
That was
one,
on that what,
that was on their regulations.
Regulations.
And they finished that last section there the other night.
They're gonna have a hearing on
So they're public hearing.
March 25th, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then once they have that
Down
public
here.
hearing, I think they're gonna have it at the 4-H building.
Yeah. There's a notice that's gonna be in the paper this week, cause she submitted that this morning.
So they did get that knocked out and got that taken care of and sent it to the public site, so that ought to be pretty quick, so.
So then that comes to.
Apparently didn't
Correct.
go, so I'm gonna resend it.
So
Okay.
since that's done with them, they
Alright.
can concentrate on the comp plan
I was
now.
thinking about that when I was putting stuff
I know
together
that
this
they've
morning.
been doing, they've had a lot of
Yeah, I
stuff
thought I
on the
sent it
plans, I
Friday,
think, for.
Yeah.
They have,
And a lot of discussion, going back, trying to, getting wording correct.
yeah, that regulation book took quite a while to get through it, there was a lot of stuff in it, so.
And Russ has done a wonderful job, I think, helping them through things like that.
Agreed.
Well, I think he does,
He's been an asset to them, so.
Wade should be here in a few minutes.
Okay.
He said, apparently it's something that couldn't wait, or cannot wait till
No,
Wednesday,
that's,
so,
he's got duties he's gotta care for.
yeah. We did as much business as we could think of to prolong the time.
Yeah, till we're halfway home and then it'd be like, oh, I remember now.
There he is.
Big footsteps
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Welcome back.
Court is like going to the doctor or any other kind of appointment, you end up sitting and waiting longer than you do actually in your appointment.
Yeah. That's how it works, isn't it?
Well, we're done with everything we need to do, so we're ready for, your executive session, or whatever it is you want to do.
I need let's start with 10-minute executive session. Myself, the board, non-elected personnel, job performance, and include Kev Johnson.
You said 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to enter into executive session for 10 minutes to include each of the commissioners, County Councilor Wade Bowie II, and Cale Johnson, to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel regarding job performance under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B1, to resume in the commission chambers. Well, we'll figure that out in a second after we get the motion.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Thompson moved, McCurry seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Passes, or anybody opposed? Passes 5-0. So we'll go in for 10 minutes and return at 11:59.
Yeah, we're good. 11:59.
Yeah, no action taken following that executive session. Is there any need to return, or we good for right now?
maybe for 5 minutes, just to,
Okay.
there were some, something
Okay.
else that popped in my head.
Same reason, everything. Okay, we will enter into, or I'd entertain a motion to enter into executive session for 5 minutes to include each of the commissioners, County Councilor Wade Booth, second, Cale Johnson, to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel regarding job performance under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B1.
I'll move.
Second.
Thompson moved, Parker seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes 5-0. We will return at 12:07. Yep. Right, no action taken following that executive session. And do you have anything else, Wade?
I don't for today.
Okay. Well, we will recess until 9 o'clock Wednesday to sign warrants and vouchers and take up any other business that may arise. At 12:08, recess at 12:08. All right.